Hi. Today we're going to play an awakening game called the Now Game. The Now Game is a game of reality. We notice what reality actually is. I remember many years ago when I was first listening to spiritual teachings. I was listening to a spiritual teacher who was explaining that the external world is an illusion. And I remember I was sitting in my office at the time, and I had this big, huge beanbag chair. So I was sitting in this big, huge beanbag chair, and across from me was my bookshelf with all of my books. And as I was listening to this teacher, I was looking at the bookshelf and I was thinking, but that looks so real. It looks so real. And I was right. If you look at this experience now, there is a sense of reality to it. What we don't realize is where that sense of reality is coming from. The sense of reality isn't coming from the external object. It isn't coming from the external world. It's coming from the self. The self is real. Not the body, right? The awareness, the real self. The isness. And the isness is always here now. We've played these games before where we see that the self is always here now. Awareness is always here now. Presence is always here now. So it's always here now, and it's real. So now seems real. In other words, it's my reality that I am projecting onto the external world, which makes the external world appear real. That sense of reality that I feel is actually me, the true self. So what we want to notice in this game is we want to notice the sense of reality. We're not going to deny the reality. That's what I think some people mistakenly do when they hear the world is not real. Then they start mentally denying the reality. But the reality is real. We just want to notice what the reality is. The reality isn't the objects out there. The reality is the self. And the reality is always here. The sense of reality is always here because I am always here. So here's how we play the game. Just notice anything. I have a plant here, that I can notice. You can notice anything. And notice the presence of the sense of reality. The reality is, the sense of reality is here. It's I. You can feel that it's here and not really there. If you really pay attention, the sense of reality is here, not there. The sense of reality is also broad. It's, because awareness is broad, right? Everything is within awareness. So in that way, this is within the sense of reality. But the sense of reality doesn't actually come from this. The sense of reality is coming from here. And this is within that sense of reality. Now close your eyes and remember something from the past. It was Christmas here not too long ago, about a week and a day ago. So I'm going to remember Christmas, remember whatever you want to remember. I can remember who was here. I remember the tree. I remember the opening the presents. I remember the music. Notice that doesn't have the same sense of reality. It did when it was now, but notice now that you're looking at it in the memory banks, whatever memory you're pulling up, it's there, it's conceptual only. It's in the brain, it can be called up, but it's conceptual only. It doesn't have the same sense of reality as now. Open your eyes. The sense of reality is always present with now. Because I am now. If you're sitting, stand up for a moment. If you're walking, just stop for a moment. If you're driving, practice this later. All right, just turn around 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to do that again this time. We're going to do that again this time as you're turning around, very slowly, very mindfully. Notice that the experience of turning around, the experience of seeing the world go by with your eyes as you're looking, just notice there is a sense of reality here while I'm turning around. Notice the sense of reality. Turn around 3 times, very, very slowly, in touch with this sense of reality. No denying that there is a sense of reality here. All right, set back down. If you were walking, start walking again. We're done with that little activity. Now remember a moment ago. Just remember when you were turning around, noticing the sense of reality. And notice that that doesn't seem real. That's conceptual now. What's real is this moment. Even though that only happened a minute ago, the sense of reality is no longer with it because it's only conceptual. The sense of reality is always now, always what's happening now, always what's being experienced now. And why is the sense of reality now? Because I am now. I can't be in the past. I, the truth. I can't be in the future. I can only be now because I actually am now. I am now. I am here. I am presence. These three statements are the same. I am now. I am here. I am presence, and I am real. And so my reality is projected onto this moment, not conceptual past moments, not conceptual future moments, only this moment. So the world seems real because I am real and I, presence, I'm here, giving attention to this. So here's how you play the game this week. Let's say you play it 5 times a day. No matter what you're doing, you just stop. Stop what you're doing for a minute. Notice the reality of this present moment, which is really because of this presence. Notice the reality. Then close your eyes and remember something maybe from 20 minutes ago, earlier in the day, a lifetime ago, right? Just remember something and contrast it. Notice it doesn't, although you can remember it, it's conceptual only. It doesn't have that sense of reality. And then notice now again. Notice the sense of reality is always here with presence. And realize the sense of reality actually comes from presence, that it's presence itself that is real. And then go on. So 5 times a day, pause and notice. Real is here. Real is now. Presence is real. The past is never real. It's always conceptual only. And then here is now. Here is real. Now is real. And it comes from presence because presence is real. All right? 5 times a day. I'll see you next week with another awakening game. Bye.